Welcome to the Belmont Marauders versus Brookline women's rugby game. I'm Evie.
And I'm Lulu.
We're going to be the commentators for today.
Your hosts, if you will.
We just had the national anthem, and Brookline is about to kick off. The ref's just checking that captains are ready, and Belmont is set up to receive.
It's a very exciting match. Belmont, as top of the league, has earned the right to have semifinal at home this year. Very exciting things happening. Brookline made it through to the to the finals 2 years ago in 2023. So this is a big game for them.
Yeah, hopefully it's a lot of tough competition and a really exciting watch.
Nice kickoff.
Great kick to start, right to
received
Robin.
by number 10, Robin. Annika takes the ball up, forward pass.
Yep, so the ref has called a forward pass, so we'll be having a scrum to Brookline to restart the ball.
So just a little refresher on the rules if you're new here and just tuning in. You can only pass the ball backwards in rugby. So when you pass the ball forward, the ref calls a scrum, which is what the first 8 go into. And on that note, Evie, do you want to give the first 8 from Belmont?
Yeah, so at number 1, prop, we have Annika. 2, hook, we have Maribel. 3, another prop, we have Tabby. Here, Brookline just have the ball going.
Back to the game.
Yeah, we'll come back to the forwards later.
Brookline's through. Good tackle by, I think that's Robin. Looks like Brookline's playing a 1-3-3-1 pod structure.
Yep, it looks like their pods are driving up the center. They're doing really well to make some grounds there, but some nice tackles by Belmont as well. And they're bringing it out to the wing now.
Good stiff arm. Driving
Brookline's
through.
Number 10 making some good grounds there.
Number 10 is Kathy from Brookline.
Great cut there from the number 6, but she's brought down by number 5, Becca Christensen on Belmont. Nice positive tackle. They're not giving up though. Brookline keep charging. They're keeping the ball for a lot of phases, which is really great.
Keep breaking the game line more or less.
Yep. Nice hands out on the wing.
Nice tackle again by number 5, Becca.
Oh, got a counter going, but Brookline has still secured the ball.
Good positive tackles.
Yeah.
Being made. Looks like that was, I couldn't tell.
Could have been Hannah.
Could have been Hannah.
In the center. And great, we've got a kick over the back. They realized maybe we're not gaining ground this way. Let's try
well
something
received.
else. Great.
By
this is number 11.
Sadie Taylor picks up the ball. She makes a surging run.
That was a great run by that duo on Belmont, and they're going to keep the ball going. Playing against their pod structure. So they've got 3 forwards charging up the center, hoping to make some ground in the middle of the field.
Robin, and number 10, passes it out to the next pod, which is headed by Tabby. She also makes a surging run up the middle of the field.
But Brookline's defense is definitely holding strong. They haven't let Belmont break through quite yet.
Don't jinx them.
I think that might be Mira, number 15, out on the wing there, making some good ground.
Nice pass by Robin back in.
They're really quick to their rucks.
They are.
Both teams, which has been really good to see. A nice blocker move there. Hoping to send the.
That looks a bit high.
Might have been a bit of a high tackle. Let's see what the ref says.
I think the ref agrees.
Yep.
Bit of a high.
So we've got a penalty here.
I think the ref is potentially going to tell them to talk to the teammates. I don't know if it was serious enough for a card.
Yeah, I guess we'll just have to wait and see right now.
Yes, so it looks like just talking to the teammates. But as a reminder, in rugby, the infractions are slightly cumulative. So if Brookline makes other high tackles, they may not have the same leeway with the ref.
Yep. So Belmont had opted to kick the ball out of bounds for their own line out off of this penalty. You have a few choices with a line out. Kicking the ball out of bounds is one of them. You could also take a scrum or a tap and go and just continue to play the ball. Or alternatively, you can kick for points through the post. So they've gone for a line out option. So we'll see how this goes.
They're in a very strong place right now, right inside the 22.
Yep.
I think they may opt to maul, which is
great.
What they're doing.
Really impressive looking maul structure there, staying together.
Yes.
But Brookline are not letting them budge. So they decide
nice quick
to
release.
play the ball out.
Good blocker.
Here we
Mira
go.
on the wing. Running and running and running.
A lot of speed out there. She gets the ball off to Robin, I believe.
Yes, Robin.
They're very close to the try line now.
Nicely rucked by Belmont.
Nice protecting their ruck again.
Yes. Good passes out. Tabby's got the ball.
Right.
Nice protecting over.
They're continuing to play the ball to the left. Let's see if they can find a gap. Ball is dropped, but the ref did not call it as forward, so they will play on. Just trying to find that gap still.
Nice gap found by Becca.
Really nice drive.
She's driving through, and it's a
she
try.
makes it. Try for Belmont. That was a really great team effort. They were kind of just playing the ball back and forth across the field, waiting to find that gap, and Becca Christensen found it.
Found it, she did.
Put the ball right over the line. Pretty central.
Yeah, good
So
location.
Hopefully the kick won't be too difficult from this angle.
Yes, so
And-
right now Belmont is up 5 points to Brookline 0, but if they make this kick, they'll be up 7 points to Brookline 0.
And that might have been Becca Christensen who scored, and now it's Becca Michaud up to take the kick.
2 Beccas.
Yep.
Wouldn't want to be on that field.
No.
Bit confusing. But Becca Michaud is number 13 today. She's playing center. Yeah, and it's not super unusual to have a center kick,
No, yeah, anyone can take it. Go lefty kick too.
especially because so many people here have a background in Belmont second soccer.
Right.
So, good kick. It's clear.
Great.
Belmont 7, Brookline 0.
Great. Well, that was a really nice competitive, I think, first few minutes of play.
Yes, yeah.
We'll see if Brookline kind of comes back swinging and if Belmont are able to kind of keep the momentum going on their side.
Yeah. I mean, it's worth highlighting. I think rugby's a really interesting game for this, but in 15s, the person who scores the try, or the team that scores the try, gets the ball kicked back to them.
Yep.
So Belmont's going to see possession again, which Brookline will have to defend if they want to keep themselves neck and neck in this game.
Yep. All right. Another great kick, lofted kind of high in the air.
Really great kick.
Does that come right back to Becca Michaud? Great.
Yep.
Great catch. These catches can be difficult. The ball does travel pretty high in the air, so it's impressive that we've seen a lot of good catches.
Especially with sun, heat, sweat, anything,
Yeah.
all the elements. I don't know who took that one in.
Not sure. A little kick through, a little chip kick.
Brookline
recovers nicely. They're quick to the ruck, so now they have to quick change from defense to offense, but it looks like they set up their structure really quickly, which is great.
Which is great, yeah.
Tabby is coming in with that counter ruck.
Good counter ruck.
Almost successful, not quite. Their Brookline scrum half was really great to pick up that ball.
Bit of tip actions going on there. Little pops in the pod to try and find some space. Oh, a little chip over, fun.
And great received by, I believe, Becca.
That was a tricky
Number
one. It was
13
bobbling about a bit.
Yeah.
Good receive.
Very unpredictable, the bounce of a rugby ball.
I've heard that before.
Yeah.
Wow, Evie.
All right, so it looks like Brookline has received a penalty against Belmont.
Yeah.
And Brookline have also opted for the kick. I'm not exactly sure what it was for. We didn't see a hand signal.
Maybe it was offside, because I feel like I saw a bit of this going on.
Could have been.
But that may have just been the ref swinging his arm
Could have been.
as he was
Could've been.
walking.
Yeah. All right, so we've seen a Belmont line out. Now we're going to see a Brookline offensive line out.
It looks like they're opting for 5 in a line out.
Yep.
As opposed to Belmont's earlier, I think they had 7
They
in,
might have. It was a big line out.
or 6 in.
Oh, and Belmont has
stolen
stolen the line out. We have Sadie recovering the ball, driving up.
Nice job, Sadie. Robin's passing it out. Backs moves going. Mira's received the ball.
Oh.
She's found some gaps. She's
Great
sprinting.
space. Belmont are really using this blocker run.
Yeah, but I think
Oh, Brookline
Brookline's
have turned it
counter-rucked it
over.
away.
Very impressive counter ruck.
And that looks like that ball was just dropped straight back, so
Yeah.
keep playing.
Another blocker from Brookline, popular amongst the team.
Oh, out on the wing, a nice step
Finding
in
space, number
from
11.
number 11. That is Caroline.
Caroline, great step from Caroline.
Nice run by
Great
their number 8, who is Remy. Good job, Remy.
Looks like they have a lot of space out on that left wing. See if they can find it. They tried to cut back in, but no matter. They're making a lot of ground over there too. Belmont is a little bit on the back foot defensively. Might need some positive tackles to kind of turn the momentum.
So a positive tackle is tackling and making ground as opposed to losing ground.
Yep, so there we go.
This is an example of a positive tackle.
That was
right
another
here
positive tackle from Becca Christensen.
She's all over it today.
Defensive player of the game so far.
Yeah.
Great job swinging it wide. Let's see if they get one more pass. Not quite. Oh, pop off the ground. Nicely done.
Little double tackle. And it looks like holding, so Belmont got the penalty.
Receive the penalty. So once you are tackled, you have one movement to place the ball back to your teammate or pop the ball off the ground. But after that, you must release the ball, even if the opposing team comes to pick it up. So Brookline received a penalty for not releasing there. So we're going to have another Belmont line out.
Nice kick by number 15, Mira, to secure
Mira
that.
Gardner.
Nice line out.
Great kick. They made about 15, 20 yards from that. So they're well into the halfway of the field.
It looks like they're going to opt for a bit of a smaller line out this time.
Great throw.
As they're not mauling it. Nice passes out. Maybe one more. Good offload.
Nice. All right, we've got,
I think that's Farah.
Number 14, Farah Harris.
Yes.
Making a lot of ground. That's another 20 yards right there at least.
That was great from Farah.
But Brookline still good to take her down before the try line.
Becca making a surging run again.
Yep. Can't see who was that tackler, unfortunately.
Number 3, what tackled her? That is Aurora from Brookline. Good tackle.
All right, we got a good offload there.
Robin,
and another.
10.
Here we go.
Oh, good
Great
tackle.
Try by 15. It was, yeah.
It was a try. It was.
15. Mira Gardner, great try, right on the edge there.
But a very good attempt at a nice cover tackle from number 11, Caroline, on Brookline. So
great. So it is now 12-0 to Belmont. Again, another really impressive team try. A lot of effort to connect passes and find their way out to the wing.
Very much so. We'll see if they make this conversion. It's a bit of a harder angle than the other one.
A bit farther out for sure. We're about just maybe a meter off the touch line, so we're far. See, that's just field in rugby where the conversion kick is taken from where the ball is scored. So if the try happens far on the wing, that's where the kick will happen to.
Yes.
Right,
it makes it very tricky.
Yeah, Becca showed up to take this kick again.
Evie, do you have any advice as a kicker for people this far out?
Oh goodness, I haven't been a primary kicker in a while, but that was a beautiful kick.
And she makes it
through. Just a lot of practice and a lot of skill from Becca Michaud there.
Yeah, wow. So now it is 14 Belmont, 0 Brookline.
Yeah. So we'll have the same restart. Brookline will kick to Belmont to start the game off again.
I think Brookline is still very much in this match from what we've seen in them in offense. They're really exploiting the space well, exploiting the holes in Belmont's defense. They just need that one extra pass on the wing maybe, or just that one extra bit of speed to really break through Belmont's wall.
Yeah.
But rest assured, they'll get their chance.
Another great kick, very deep.
Well received by Robin.
Robin, who offloads to, I'm sorry, I can't see that number, but a great runner charges it up. Another, that might have been.
That's a Noosh.
A Noosh making some ground there out on the wing.
There's Annika.
Taking up.
Bumping people off of her as she goes.
Yep. Tabby coming through.
She's popped the ball off.
Yep. Brookline are making some great tackles here. Not quite positive tackles, so Belmont are still managing to make some ground, kind of with each, making the gain line.
Yes.
And then moving beyond, so slowly but surely making their way.
Which is a really good offensive tactic to have.
Yep.
Oh, nice hot pod from Belmont.
Yeah.
Sadie makes a really good cut inside.
Great unders line there. Yep, Belmont are just going to keep pushing, but Brookline is not letting up. Their defense is holding really strong.
Yeah, their wall looks good, and they've managed to stay onside this entire time, which is really impressive.
Yeah. No, normally just kind of when you're on defense for this long, either the offense or defense kind of makes an error, but both teams are doing a great job.
Nice surging up from number 7, I think it was.
On Brookline?
On Brookline.
Oh, great cut from Robin. Here she goes. She's making a lot of ground all the way from 50. Robin. She's going to go all the way. Yes, great try from Robin. There, number 10. Really well done. A great individual effort there. She saw a gap and she just went for it.
It's great to see number 10s in an attacking role.
Yeah.
Usually they're stuck passing the ball around and don't get a chance, but the really good ones, like Robin just did, can find a gap and take a step and then make a really good play and score tries.
All right, so we have Becca up to take the kick again. This is kind of in between the first try and then in the try after, distance-wise. And she's made both kicks so far, so we'll see how this one goes.
She's got a pretty good record. We're pretty confident.
Oh, yeah.
Silence for the kicker.
Yeah.
So there is a conversion clock that is ticking. Do you know how long it is?
I believe it's now. Oh, I don't want to spread the wrong. I think it might be 30 seconds.
There's you have 30 seconds to take a conversion, and it starts from the time the tries marked as scored, right?
Could be. Again, I'm not 100% sure. So if someone's interested, kind of finding out, I would recommend looking that up. But it might be 30. There is a time limit, so
yeah.
You can't waste too much time.
Yes. So you've got to have everything ready to go. The tee, the water for the kicker.
Yep. That's a great. Can be a really fun. The tee runner, kind of every team's got to have one. When your team scores, someone's got to be ready to bring that tee out onto the field because the clock is ticking.
Yeah.
Another great kick. This one comes a little to the right side of the field, right into Lucy Hines.
Lucy Hines'
hands. She takes a nice charge up the field. Oh, and we have
Farah again.
Farah
doing another really great run. I think that could have been
Sarah Boss taking the ball in there.
Yes. Robin passes it out. Annika gets a lot of speed, makes it through.
Great break there.
Little knock from Belmont. Don't know if the ref did see it.
So we've got a forward knock. I think it might have been an attempted pass, maybe a little fumble there forward. So we're going to have a scrum from Brookline.
Brookline regains possession again. We'll see. Let's see what they do with this.
Yeah. So they're in an okay position. They're on their own, the 40-yard line. So definitely not too deep into their territory, but they probably wouldn't want to hang out over here for too long.
They've got a lot of options. They can do a back line play, run it up. They can clear, but that might mean just turning the ball over to Belmont or having it go out.
Yep, Belmont's got their fullback and winger kind of drop deep, maybe ready for any sort of kick.
Oh, Belmont has a dominant scrum, it looks like. Does Brookline manage to get the ball out? Yes, they have.
They do, but Lucy Hines is right on that defense.
Good flanker. So Lucy Hines is number 7, which means she's flanker, and so her job at scrums is to nail the first receiver and tackle them, and she's done a really good job at that.
Yep. Brookline looks like they've got an overload out on that their left wing. Let's see if they exploit that. Now it's they've changed the field a little bit,
yeah.
So they could come the other way.
They may try.
They're getting it out there. Yep, they've made it to their wing.
Yeah.
Good cover there, though. Belmont shifting over in defense.
Ball's quick out. Good distribution.
A little no-look pass there.
Crazy work.
Very good.
No-look passes have high risk and high reward.
Yeah.
A clear from them. Let's see. Is it recoverable? And they've recovered it.
Yeah, great
Good job.
recovery by Brookline.
But it looks like Belmont's fast over.
Let's see, I'm not sure who's...
I think Belmont has the ball.
Belmont has secured the ball back. So that was a little bit of a ruck.
Looks like Annika's
turnover.
Picking and going. Robin gets the ball, passes it out. Looks like another little blocker move from the back.
Yep. All right, we got Mira Gardner on the wing there, making a lot of ground. So close to the try line. Let's see if she'll make it.
Being held back by
maybe
her
just
jersey.
short. Yep. Brookline have now turned over the ball.
And Belmont's fighting to try and turn it back. Clear
kick.
Let's
great
see.
Choice.
Oh, bobble of the rugby ball's hard.
Great chase.
That looks
tackle.
a bit forward and knock. So we're going to bring it back to where the original
forward pass happened.
That
was a great cover tackle from Brookline. I apologize, I don't know the player, but
I think it may have been number 11.
Number 11 could have been. But they had a kick and they had a really great chase. So as soon as Belmont caught the ball, a Brookline defender was there ready to make the tackle.
Yes. Number 11, Caroline, potentially. Good cover tackle.
Yes.
Good hit.
All right, so this is another Brookline scrum, but they are now closer to their own 22, which is a little more of a dangerous zone to be in. Could potentially be looking to get the ball out of there as quickly as possible. Belmont with another strong scrum, driving Brookline backwards. The ref has called to reset the scrum.
Yeah. So it's not clear whose fault it is yet.
Yeah.
He's just going to give them another go. Because you're not allowed to collapse a scrum in rugby. You have to try and keep it on your feet. But if Belmont manages to turn over the scrum from putting a lot of pressure on Brookline to the point that they do end up collapsing it, they're in a very good position. And Brookline has to fight right now to stay on their feet and keep the ball going.
Yep.
And there we go. Brookline's nicely secured
really
control of the ball.
Strong scrum from Brookline that time.
Good blocker from Brookline too. Looks like they're gonna run it, maybe? Looks like a couple of phases of running, potentially. Good
gap
good
there.
Gap.
And a nice offload. Sadie Taylor makes the tackle there. Brookline are going to keep charging to their right.
Oh,
a little fumble, so they've
oh,
lost
good
some
spin.
ground, but a great positive tackle there from
Sarah Boss.
Yeah.
Double tackle going right now.
Yeah, they're making a lot of positive hits, Belmont's defense, and I think that might have
been a knock
from Brookline.
Yeah.
So we've got a Belmont scrum in a very strong attacking position, kind of right on the 10-yard line.
Yep.
So they've only got a little ways to go to that try line, so we'll see what they decide to do here.
It looks like their back line's lining up.
Both teams have been making really strong backs plays this whole game.
Yes.
So we'll see what happens. All right, ball's going in.
Ball's out. Pass to Robin. Robin passes to Hannah.
Little fumble
Little bobble,
there.
but it doesn't look like it went. Did it go forward?
Maybe it might have been forward. So now we've got Brookline scrum. Similar position on the other side of the field, a little farther out, closer to the 15, 20-yard line. So Brookline are maybe still in a position where they'd like to exit, get out of this kind of danger zone. So we might be in for a kick, or maybe they're going to try to run it out. We will see what happens. But Belmont looks like they've set up in preparation for a kick. So
yes, yeah, you can see for Belmont the back three dropped. So that's the two wingers and the fullback. Maybe a little bit of a pendulum defense-ish going on. Oh, 8 pick. It looks like
made a good 10 yards there. That was a really strong 8 pick from Brookline. And
nice exit kick. Bobbling.
That was a great kick.
Little slip from number 11. What's the ref going to call? Dive. Okay, the ref has given the penalty to Belmont for a dive. I don't know if that necessarily looked the case, but I think in terms of safety, maybe he's prioritizing.
Could have seen something else. Could have been a slip.
Yeah.
All right, so we have got another Belmont line out.
Very good central location for all you viewers, right in front of us. So it looks like Belmont's opting to put 5 in this line out again, which is typically what you'll see from them in the middle of the pitch. Yeah, they've got 2 options, front and back, and looks like they're taking the front. But nicely recovered by Becca. It looks like the ref is going to call a knock.
Yeah, just knocked slightly off the hands of Lila, up in the air.
Yeah.
It was a tough catch.
Happens to the best of us.
Yeah. So now we're going to have a Brookline line out.
The ref may have offered the choice line out or scrum.
Yeah. Brookline opted for line out.
Which is a good option, given the fact that they've had a bit of issue in their line out. Nice back pod option. Good looking by Sarah Boss. Looking up, seeing all the options, seeing that Brookline was going back, and then making that tackle.
Great hit there from Hannah. She had her eyes on that player. She knew who she was supposed to hit, and she ran up and she did it.
And now Belmont's recovered it, which is great.
We got a run in by Becca. Nice trying to poach the ball there for Brookline.
Yeah, they were speedy and on it. Good job from Brookline. Leela makes a nice run, good ball placement back. Quick ball out.
All right, they've got it out on the wing again. Let's see with Mira.
Mira's inside step is just lethal.
Yeah, she's making a lot of ground with each catch of the ball.
Little bobble, fair enough.
Yep, so Belmont has knocked the ball on, so we will have a scrum for Brookline again. It's a lot of scrums for these forwards, huh? How would you feel in this game?
Depends what position in the forward pack I'm playing. If I was a prop, I think I'd say no more scrums, please.
No more scrums.
If I was second row, I think I'd also say no more scrums, please. But if I was 8, I mean, I'd be loving it.
Yeah.
Prop is a really technical position, so that's what numbers 1, 2, and 3 are playing. And you very much have to keep yourself and the entire weight of the scrum up. It's very tricky. Second row is the driving force behind the scrum. And 8 and flankers are really the power punchers, I'd say. They make hits and they make runs and meters, at least off of a scrum. And now it looks like Brookline's gotten the ball back.
Yeah.
Good. We've just received word from a previous commentator that we're doing an okay job.
That's good to know. Oh, some great.
Good tackle into touch by Robin.
Yep.
So the touch line is just the out of bounds line, and Robin tackled the Brookline player into touch, and even if you put like 1 foot out, it still counts as out.
Yep.
It's different from soccer where if your body's out but the ball is in, you can play it. In rugby, if any part of you is out, then you're in touch.
Yep. A really nice loop there. Great.
Straight through the middle from Mira. Nice stiff arm.
Beautiful
She's running.
Almost makes it. Teammates have got to get there to support, and they do. They secure that ruck.
Yes.
Brookline's getting back on defense. Great hit from Brookline there. Let's see.
The ref's giving a penalty for Brookline. Diving, I think.
Could have been. Off your feet, potentially.
Off feet, maybe, yeah.
So when you're in a ruck, you have to support your own body weight, and it's a penalty if you're not supporting your body weight on either side of the ruck.
Yes.
So that potentially could have been what that penalty was for.
And sometimes the refs are a bit looser with it on offense, but it looks like this ref is not. They're very strict with it on defense. You have to stay on your feet if you're going for that counter ruck.
Yeah. So that's a great clear from Brookline. They're kind of just outside their 22 now.
Belmont's receiving the ball, though, because... Oh, no, sorry, Brookline's getting the ball.
Yeah.
The
yep.
ref is holding his
hand
the wrong way.
Should be pointing his hand towards the Brookline side.
Yeah.
To indicate their own line out. But.
Little confusion on the field. Well, for the commentators, not for them. Nicely received from Brookline.
That was a great throw.
Good middle
great
action.
Run from number 13 there.
Number 13 is...
She's been making a lot of really great runs today on that unders line.
Zara.
Number 6. Oh, she's making a lot of breaks there. Number 6, we have Nye.
Nye, yeah. Good job, Nye. They're going weak. Let's see, step back in.
Interesting. I feel like Belmont does have a lot of kind of defenders around that break in the center of the field. I think maybe
if
I would opt to go wide. But
agreed.
That being said, they did just make a lot of positive grounds there, Brookline. So
yeah, good step in. One more. Oh, so close. It's hard to get those offloads off when you're being tackled.
Yeah. So we've got another forward knock and another scrum now.
Yes.
You're playing second row.
If I was playing second row right now, I
would be getting a talking to from Lulu saying,
no more scrums.
Get it together. Facts.
Yeah, playing second row in scrum is always fun because you really have the opportunity to push the entire scrum forward and try and force an error on the other team's part. Yeah, except for the fact that it's so tiring because you have to be so low to the ground. There we go.
All right,
Belmont
that's
gets
a
the ball out.
Really even scrum there.
Oh, they took the
Unders line there.
unders line.
And they're on for their second phase off the scrum. Mir's got it out wide again.
Took the heads line if you're doing heads or tails.
Yeah.
It's a little move from the St. Andrews playbook.
They've made a lot of ground off that scrum, but Brookline's doing a great job defending still, not letting them break through.
Robin gets the ball, distributes it. Little bobble backwards. It looks like Brookline's recovered it.
Can't see exactly what's the ball.
I think
Brookline's got it. Go for a clear. But Belmont ready to pick up that ball.
Brookline right on them though, but it's Mira, so she's darting away. And it looks like Farah's gotten the ball now on the wing. Took 2 Brookline players to bring her down. Bobble and safely recovered.
Bounce from Sarah, I believe. Another attempt to poach from Brookline.
Brookline is shooting up,
Great catch.
putting a lot of pressure on. Ref is going to call it to a knock on.
Another knock, so we are in for another scrum.
So if you were organizing this back line right now, Evie, as the 10 you are, what would you be saying? What would you be focusing on for both teams?
Well, we've got Brookline scrum now. I think they've been doing a really great job utilizing the kicking option. I think, unfortunately, Belmont has just been kind of set up to receive it really well.
Yes, very much so. Oh.
We've got the trainer coming on to look at an injury, potentially.
Looks like number 5 from Belmont.
Becca is stepping off the field. We're unsure if there's going to be a sub coming on.
It looks like number 19, Talene, is going on for Becca.
Well, Becca has had a really, really great game. Our first try scorer, making really positive tackles and runs. So she's done a great job.
Yes, for sure.
So we'll come back to that scrum. See what Brookline decides to do. Belmont could be maybe expecting a kick at this stage. So maybe they try go for the option to kind of run it out. And yeah, Belmont, you just kind of got to be prepared for both. So I'd have their fullback and wing dropped ready to come up and help.
Looks like the wing right now, number 11 for Belmont, isn't setting up. So if I were, or isn't setting up on the wing. So if I were Brookline's 8 right now, I'd be looking at that space right there, because it's just the 9 to defend.
Yeah.
And I'd be thinking to myself, can I 8-pick this? Because an 8 loves an 8-pick. But it looks like Brookline is going to try and crash it. Unsuccessful tackle from Belmont. Brookline's running it up. Good wide. Oh, she wasn't held in the tackle, so she's able to get back up. Except the ref is saying she was held in the tackle. So.
Yeah, or it potentially could have been she did not release the ball.
Yes, yeah.
Before standing up again.
Yeah, in rugby, if you get tackled, you're able to stand back up again on the note that you release the ball first, and you have to very clearly release it.
So we have another line out from Belmont. I believe I think they may have lost one of their line outs so far, but other than that, you're doing pretty well.
Looks like another
possession.
Big line out from them. They may try and maul it, but Brookline got in there and messed it up a bit. And Brookline's now
They've got a penalty.
won a penalty.
Unfortunately, not exactly sure. Ref's back was to us, so we couldn't see the hand motion there. But
good kick.
Great clear kick from Brookline, and now we will have a Brookline line out. That's one thing with this game. It keeps going. There's Brookline scrum, Belmont scrum, Brookline line out, Belmont line out.
Yeah.
It's going back and forth very even in that sense.
No, it's good. There's not a lot of major reasons for scrums. I mean, there's been a couple knock-ons, but that's always that's unavoidable in a game. Yeah, I think it's very well matched, and the scoreboard isn't reflecting the effort right now that Brookline's putting in.
Yeah.
Good ball distribution. She sees space on the inside, but Belmont's ready to counter.
Yep, so Brookline are kind of back in that danger zone, a little close to their try line. They'll be wanting to get out of there as soon as possible, avoid Belmont kind of turning over that ball. But their ruckers are right to it.
Little pop. Looks like it may be a knock.
Let's see what the ref decides.
Scrum.
Got another knock.
Scrum to Belmont. Right in the middle of the field. Do you smell an 8-pick?
I feel like you're really keen for those 8 picks, Lulu.
I think Sadie can do it.
It could be. They're
look at
wingers
the
leaving
way,
a lot of space there.
And look at Belmont's back line.
It doesn't look like
they're like organized, but they're not organized on the right, which is where Sadie would be 8-picking to.
But
And Brookline
has stolen that scrum, but the ref has stopped the game again.
It may have been something with the hooker's break foot. So you have to put both feet back and leave them clear of the channel where the 9 rolls the ball in, and then only when the ball is rolled in can you contest it. So if the hooker's foot is in too early from the other team, they have an unfair advantage in contesting the ball. So it looks like the ref has called it back. It's still for Belmont.
Yep.
Interesting to see what happens. Sadie's hands go down? Let's see. And it's an 8-pick.
An 8-pick.
I called it. Yes, Sadie.
Great stiff arm there, but Brookline does a really great job to keep Sadie in that tackle. But she managed to get an offload.
Yes, she's supported by...
Have we got a try?
I think
I didn't see a hand go up by the ref, but yeah.
Heard a whistle.
Another try Belmont. Great. That might have been the winger over there, Anoush?
No, Anoush's this side. I think it was Farah over there.
Okay, great.
So that's really good moves on the 8-pick to have the winger on that side supporting, ready for the offload.
Yeah.
Sadie did a really good job stiff arming and keeping her opponents off of her, and that was a really nice, successful try.
Yeah, great.
Gotta love an 8-pick.
Great 8-pick. So we've got another kick from Becca over on their right side of the field.
If Beck is a lefty, is this her harder side?
Oh. Potentially. Yeah, I feel like as a righty, I would prefer a kick from that side of the field. So
yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
In terms of a conversion style kick. Yeah. All right, both teams are gathering to chat at this brief water break.
It looks like the kick was not successful, so we...
and I think we might be at half.
Yeah, we are at half, because halves in this game are only 35 minutes.
Right.
So.
All right, so score at the half is 26-0 to Belmont.
It looks like number 5, Becca Christensen, is back on.
Perfect. So we've changed sides of the field. Belmont now attacking the other direction. Brookline attacking the other direction as well.
I don't think we've put any new players on or off aside from Becca coming back on.
No, it looks like there have been no subs. And we'll see for the Brookline side. They have not taken the field yet.
Yes, so just a little bit about us. Evie and I have both played at Belmont High School. She graduated in 2022 and I graduated in 2023.
Yeah.
And then we managed to have the chance to play together after high school. Evie's just come back from a study abroad at the University of St. Andrews, where I attend full-time, and we played some rugby in Scotland, which is a really great experience, and it's really great to be able to play with people you played with in high school and beyond.
Yeah, definitely, and I think Belmont Rugby really set us up for that possibility. Coach McCabe was a
really good, really
driving
strong force in our rugby development.
Yeah, sure.
And put in a lot of the values we have today, a lot of the discipline we still have on the pitch. So.
Yeah, definitely.
Grateful, thanks McCabe.
Yeah, definitely.
But now it looks like Belmont is kicking off. I can't tell who that is.
I believe it is Becca.
Okay, it's Becca again.
Yeah.
Nice. Belmont hasn't had the chance to kick off, so we'll see how her drop kicks are. Her drop kicks are great.
Great kick there.
Nice far back. Little bobble, knocked on by Brookline.
Yep.
So Belmont's in a really good position again.
That is a great start. Yeah, so now Belmont have an offensive scrum far down into Brookline's half.
Yes.
So great attacking position here.
Yes, exactly. It looks like Belmont's back line is stacking up to make some moves. So we'll see. Belmont's 5 back, Brookline's 10 from the scrum. So on defense, you have to be 10 yards back from the scrum.
You actually just have to be 5 meters back from the scrum.
Do you? 5? Okay.
5 meters back, 10 meters back on a line out.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm usually in them, so.
Yeah, no, that's okay.
Little bobble.
Oh, interesting. That was a creative kind of movement of the ball there. Unintentional, but again, the rugby ball sometimes just
Bounces where it wants to go.
mind of its own. So we have another knock-on, and we've got a scrum for Brookline. So hopefully we get some phases going in this half of the game.
Yes.
But we will see.
The pitch is still very sunny, very hot down there.
Yeah, and I feel some nerves. I think going back on for the second half, you know, you want to kick it off to a good start. So
yeah,
could be some of the factors in the knock-ons we've seen so far. But those should.
Well, I think one of the values that Belmont has is that the score is 0-0. So right now, these girls have gone out there. Oh, good steal by Lucy Hines, and she has gone
away, all the way,
and she's touched it down. Crazy.
Incredible try from Lucy Hines there, number 7. My apologies. Really great effort. Great game sense there to track the ball, see where it's going in the Brookline hands, and jump in and intercept. It can be a risky play.
Yes. High risk, high reward again.
Yeah. If you miss that intercept, could either be a knock-on or potentially a yellow card if the ref believes it was intentional.
Yes.
But she ensured she had both hands out, ready to catch the ball.
There's also no video playback, so it's not like you see with the professionals where the refs are like looking at the screens and stuff. It's very spur of the moment decision. So I think, especially in this league, the ref would more aim to just give a penalty instead of a card, were you to like do a purposeful knock on, just because also sometimes players don't know the rules.
Yeah, it was a great kick by Becca though, and no need for any sort of penalty. Lucy had a great clean catch.
Clear, clean catch.
Yep. All right, so Belmont are now up 33.
Receiving the kickoff again.
Exactly. Hopefully we see some successful attack put together by Brookline. We make the game more exciting. They've been doing an incredible job anyway. So
Belmont's in a really great place right now. They've got enough score up that they can really work on some new moves, try some new fun stuff, maybe a bit of kick chase, something like that. Work on stuff for the finals if they stay in this great location. Yeah. So this is a really great place to be in for Belmont right now, but they can't let up, because if they do, then they may lose it. So
yeah, definitely have to keep heads in the game.
It looks like they're not letting up.
No. Great run by Becca there.
A good
by Sadie.
unders by Sadie.
Yep. Got Lila taking the ball in. Again, making some ground. These pods are being really successful and wide forwards at crashing the ball with a lot of pace.
Nice out the back. Oh, obstruction.
Obstruction there. So I can sometimes happen with those kind of blocker style over-under runs where if the unders runner gets in the way of the defender, ends the ball, it is obstruction. So Brookline penalty, and they've opted to kick the ball out for a line out.
Yes, so unlike in American football or I think basketball, you can't have anyone obstructing the tackler from making a tackle on someone, and so that's just what that ref called. Just to reiterate your point, Evie.
So Brookline in a strong attacking position here. It looks like they've got maybe a pod set up.
Belmont's gone up too early, now they can't jump again. Brookline receives the ball, very clean. Crash center.
Number 6 making some good grounds there.
Nice tackle by Sadie and Becca. Good receive.
All right, now they might be looking to swing it wide, but
little bobble forward.
Yeah.
Knock on. It looks like ref is calling it.
Yeah. So we got a knock on from Brookline. We'll have another Belmont scrum. A lot of people came out for this game today, which was really great to see on both sides.
Especially because you have to buy tickets.
Yep.
It's very impressive. It's good to see women's rugby receiving support.
Yep, a lot of Belmont and Brookline fans here.
Yes.
Really enthusiastic supporters.
Very enthusiastic. None as enthusiastic as us, though, Evie.
Of course not.
Roughing the alma mater. But Belmont is getting the scrum. Nicely taken out by Clarissa. It's given to Anoush, who crushes in, it looks like.
Yep.
Takes that step in, which is good game plan. Annika's
Great run
running
by Annika.
through. Let's
She's
see.
through.
Just 15 wraps her up.
Great cover tackle by the Brookline's 15 there.
Brookline's 15 is, let me pull up their team sheet, Ivy. So
Ivy,
good job by
tackle.
Ivy. But Belmont is still
Yeah, and a great run
progressing
by
up.
Annika.
Nice heads by Lucy, or I guess under.
She's made it through.
She is
she gonna go all the
fighting.
way? Brought down by Brookline defenders, but the ball is still in Belmont hands.
And that is number 6, Sarah, who just took it
Creeping
in.
closer and closer to the try line. Lila's gonna have her go at it.
Good run through, and she's got it.
Taps it down. Great try by Lila there. A lot of great consistent effort by Belmont for that try. Again, just keep on trying until you find that gap in the defense.
Yeah, and Lila really did. I
That
mean,
was a great try from Lila.
She got
her first
straight
try of the
through.
game.
I think so.
Great. All right, now 38-0 Belmont. Another central try. Hopefully Becca, the kicker, is happy about that.
Yes, I would be if I were her. I'm sure you would be too.
Definitely.
I think the tries, I don't know if anyone's gotten more than one. I think it might be one a person.
Could be.
But we're not keeping track, so we may be wrong. And it looks like Lucy's coming off.
Yeah.
Job well done.
Great shift from Lucy there.
Who went?
Unsure who went on, but we will get that information as soon as we can.
Yes. Is that a number 17 I spot? That is
not spotted
Bethany
that yet.
Eager. It is Bethany.
Bethany Eager, great. So she is coming on for Lucy, who was playing
Flank.
flank. She was playing
7.
open side flanker. I mean,
Open.
Yeah.
6 is blind. Little forward knowledge needed.
okay, I got it first time. So we'll have Bethany Eager coming in. So subs have the potential here to make a lot of really great impact on the game, kind of keep the momentum going.
Fresh legs, especially on a hot day like this.
Yeah. And I believe we haven't seen Brookline. Brookline's 13 is off, and 14.
They've got a 14 on. Maybe they just
Okay.
have duplicate numbers.
Could have duplicate numbers. So I don't think Brookline's made any subs, but we're not
Oh
entirely
wait, no,
sure.
that's 11. Potentially they have subs.
Okay. Yep, I see number 25 out on the wing over there.
So Brookline's number 25 is
Ellie?
Ellie. Yes.
Yep, so we've got Ellie out on the wing now. Becca Christensen making a great drive up the center of the field.
Good ball distribution. Nice one to Becca Michaud, who passes it off to Farah, who gives a little tip off to Maribel. Rucked over by Mira. That may just be a little bit of diving.
I think her...
Oh, quick tap from Brookline. Luckily, Belmont was back 10.
Great tackle.
So they were able
from
to make
Robin
that.
McDonald there.
Looks like they're going to do a little pick, but Belmont's well prepared for this. Out to a pod.
Yep, Brookline making some consistent offense there.
Oh, good.
Great.
Good,
The
good
10
break by their
sees a
10.
gap.
Let's see if they can make
Sifar.
something happen with this. That looked a bit high, but let's see. The ref has given Brookline advantage
Yeah.
for that high tackle.
Mira came in there with a low tackle, but then I think when a teammate came to assist, came in too high.
Which happens to the best of us. So that's the ref is just letting them play an advantage. We'll let you know once it's removed, but it looks like there hasn't been any current. He may have counted that as the end of advantage. Looks like a little chip
Great
through.
chip through. Let's see if they can recover.
Fun.
Recovered by Becca Christensen, I think, Belmont there. But advantage was over, so
Yes.
Belmont have secured the ball.
Bump off. Tabby bumps off the player and is able to get a couple extra yards.
Mm-hmm.
Robin's
Off for the
kicking.
kick.
Nice. Let's see.
Oh.
Unlucky bounce of the ball.
Great.
Mirabelle does a good job at recovering it.
Recovery there.
Ref is calling it back. It looks like Mirabelle was offside.
Could have been offside. So you have to be...
No. Brookline tried to take it, and they actually have gained 30 more yards or something.
Yeah. So when the ball is kicked, you have to be behind the kicker if you're looking to chase the ball. And Belmont's chaser was not. So that is offsides.
Looks like oh no, she's not coming on. She's just grabbing a ball. So Brookline is in a really good position. It looks like they're sticking 6 in right now with their 9 in the 9 slot. So I think they might be attempting a maul.
Could be. They're in a great position for it, like 5-ish yards off. Yep.
Pushed. The maul has been brought down. We'll see what the ref thinks of that. Because you are not allowed on defense to pull a maul down. It looks like the touch judge is awarding it to Brookline. Awarding something. They might be resetting.
Yep. Unsure
And re-going again.
Exactly what the reset was for. But anyway, we've got another.
And now they've gone over the top. That was a good throw by Brookline.
Really great throw. Great idea to change it up. Belmont would now be expecting a maul.
Let's see if they can
change it up.
Put it over. And what is the ref calling?
Unsure.
Scrum. Brookline. Knock
Fine.
potentially. Maybe there was a bit of a knock and a counter ruck in an attempt to get the ball. I mean, Belmont's on their own try line, so they're probably fighting really hard to get the ball, which is where those knocks could happen.
All right, this
Brookline's
could
in a
be
great
the moment
position.
for Brookline. Yeah, let's see them get some points on the board.
Yes.
So this is Scrum about on the 5-yard line.
Very good place to be.
Yep. So this is really going to test Belmont's try line defense.
Ref is bringing the scrum back up, probably just resetting it, telling everyone, like, stay stable.
Yeah, could have maybe didn't really push.
Don't fall down.
No, don't fall down. Good advice.
Now, let's see. I'm going to guess Brookline's going to go to their open side, their strong side.
Let's see.
Oh,
they go for
that's not allowed. Yeah, so Belmont gets a penalty because a flanker is not able to take the ball out of a scrum, I'm pretty sure. I'm like 90% sure.
Okay.
Yeah. So if the ball has to go all the way to the back and be taken out by the 8 or by the nice clear by MIAA or by the scrum half. And so if it gets to the flankers' hands, they're not able to pick it up and run.
Yeah.
Which is why we did see Brookline lose the ball, which is unfortunate, but the rules of scrumming are so intricate.
All right, so now we have Belmont line out.
Another big line out to try and suck in Brookline's forwards and have a better chance of, and the ball's been stripped. The ball has been stripped.
Great turnover from Brookline.
Yes. Good turnover, and they're back to where they were earlier.
And
good
another
step
really
by number 6.
strong attacking position. Looks like they've got a lot of overload out to the right.
Yes.
Let's see if they can get the ball wide.
One more.
Yep.
If she runs fast.
Great covered defense there by
couple
Belmont.
defense.
They've pushed Brookline back another almost 10 yards.
Yes. Now Brookline's looking quite shallow, which I think is where.
Yep, had to backtrack a little bit.
Yes. So. And I think they're going to kick it.
Great block by Maribel
but a
there.
knock on. And it looks like number 11 on Brookline is down.
And we have 2 subs coming on for Belmont. Number 19 and number 20, Becca Christensen and Tabby are coming off. And we have Pauline and Mari stepping on the field. Both in the forward pack. Replacing Tabby, who was propping, and Becca, who was in the second row.
And it looks like number 23 has gone on for, Ari has gone on for number 11, I believe, Caroline.
On Brookline.
Caroline might be cramping. I see a Theragun going on, so.
Yep. Remember that when that happened?
Yeah. Evie had a cramping situation.
on this same field.
Yes.
Yeah.
I believe the ref asked her to get up, and she said, "1 moment, sir. My leg is cramping."
Yeah.
So, fun moments of rugby. Good hit.
Great positive hit there. Can't see quite
Still
the
going.
jersey number there.
It looked like that's number 6, Sarah Boss, who started that really great hit. Someone is down from Brookline.
This might be number 10 on Brookline.
Yes. And so it looks like number 20 for Brookline might
Preparing to take the field.
Yes.
All right, both teams are huddling while this injury is sorted out.
So let's take a second to talk about what we think the game plans are going forward for these teams.
Yeah, I mean, Belmont are in a really strong spot. I think they're kind of going to keep doing what they're doing. They're making a lot of great runs up the middle and utilizing the wing. So
yes, definitely.
Offense is great across the board, as well as really positive hits. As for what they could, I mean, it's really just keeping that momentum up. It is easy to lose it.
Yes, yes. And I think for Brookline, just maintaining that depth in offense and really hitting the lines with speed. We've seen them have a couple of flat passes that then Belmont's able to surge up and hit them right away. And that's number 20 for Brookline coming on. That's Alice.
Alice. I think they've been stringing together passes really well.
Yeah.
Just kind of mean that forward movement now.
Yes. The ball distribution for both teams has been really great.
Yeah.
Been very impressed. And it looks like a scrum to Brookline.
Yeah.
Which makes sense because Brookline had possession when the ref paused the game due to injury. So.
All right. So Brookline's doing some reorganization of positions. I think their fly half came off, so they're kind of resorting their back line.
It doesn't look like a massive bench, especially compared to Belmont. But I think Brookline still has a big depth of options to put on.
I think 8 subs is the allotted amount. I think you have 23 on a roster, so I've got a full bench.
Maybe it's just because Belmont has everyone down there. Looks a bit bigger. A lot of Belmont rugby shirts.
All right, so we've got this Brookline scrum. Ball is in.
Ball's out.
Comes right out.
Oh, inside step. Nice.
Great step there. Belmont are up on that defense, though.
Caught some people unaware. Belmont was up on the defense. Nice. One more. Out on the wing.
Out the wing, number 20.
Number 20.
Great first touch on the ball there.
Yes.
Making some really nice meters out on the wing.
So again, number 20 is Alice. It looks like their 12 now is playing 10. 25 gets the ball. Very speedy.
That was a great
Ellie.
break. Made about 15 yards there. Really impressive.
Really good run.
And they
looks like they're going to go.
Decide to continue to go out to that wing.
Yes.
Great run there by number 6.
Yeah, that's Nye again. She's been really great all game.
They've got a lot of momentum. They should see if they keep it going.
Good tackle by Sarah.
Yeah.
Careful with that one. That was very close to obstruction.
Yes.
Number 2 hits the line at speed. Good job. That is Brooke. And Brookline just keeps playing out their pods.
Yep,
and
they're
now
being really
they've
consistent.
Gone out to the back line.
Oh, great
Good
hit by Robin,
from Robin
up there.
Let's
see, ref has paused the game.
Forced an error. Oh, high tackle, unfortunately.
High tackle.
Though, had that not been, Robin did a very good job of forcing an error from Brookline by surging up to make the hit. Looks like the 10 is back on.
And we've got number 16 coming on for Belmont.
So number 16 is...
Jill.
Jill.
Jill Costa. And Hannah. Hannah is coming off number 13.
Yes.
So
10 for Kathy for Brookline is back on, and number 20, Alice, has come off. Brookline's in a good position. They've done a nice job of receiving the ball. Good inside crash. Nice taking the short option, and now they have a lot of space to play out if they're quick enough.
Great hands there.
Good quick.
Great
She's
step
running.
from 25.
Nice job, though, for, I think that was Mirabelle, keeping a hold of the jersey and stopping from running. Careful. Yeah. So number 6 has unfortunately ran into touch. Is it dark blue?
Dark blue lines.
Yeah. So on pitches like this, it's hard because there are so many lines to tell. But on this one, it is dark blue. So Belmont is in. Belmont is lucky because now they have possession of the ball. So.
Yep. So we've got a Belmont line out right about on the 22-meter line.
Yes. And Belmont's done a very good job of keeping possession. A very nice run.
Mira's taking it up the middle there. Great break.
Looks like they're playing out to the left. Annika's got it. She's through.
Breaks through a couple defenders there. Is eventually brought down by Brookline.
Yes.
And Belmont is now headed out to the wing.
Yes.
Really great defense by Brookline there.
Very good.
Covering all the way to the edge.
I think it's really impressive, especially like when you're tired and stuff.
Great
Both of these
run.
teams still have a really great launch. That was Talene.
Okay.
Both of these teams still have really good launches on defense, which is hard to do when you're quite tired. So something to be very proud of.
Great run there.
Yes, good
From
passing.
Jill.
Good passing, good running.
And another great run there from Mari.
Robin sees a gap.
A gap. Makes a good offload. Belmont's really consistently pushing up the field here, but Brookline are still making their tackles, not letting anybody through.
Oh, Sadie's gone through.
And now Sadie is through. Is she going to make it to the try line? Yes.
She decides to go for the corner. Is she going to?
Oh,
No, it was knocked on. Let's see what the ref calls it, a knock forward.
That was a great cover tackle there.
Really great cover
by
tackle.
Number 15 on Brookline, and Sadie dropped the ball in the try zone. So we will likely have a 5-meter scrum to Brookline.
So very scary position for Brookline to be in.
Yep, gonna want to keep trying to. Oh, we're not looking like we have a scrum.
Maybe because Brookline tapped it down. Potentially, it's a goal line dropout.
Could be. I mean, it is a goal line dropout, but yeah, I guess they must have just tapped it down.
So this is a goal line drop kick from the try line, and Belmont only has to be 5 yards back, and you can see Sadie Taylor making herself as big as possible to try and intercept it, which is a good game plan.
Great kick over the top there. Oh.
Looks like forward off the foot, potentially.
And the ball has made its way out of bounds, so.
And I've lost my sheet again.
I've got mine.
Thank you. And it is Brookline's line out. Not the best place to have a line out, not the best place to be, period, but it is nice that Brookline can have a bit of security in knowing that if they have this line out, they have the ball.
Yep.
Rather be attacking here than defending.
It seems like we're pausing for 2 subs.
Number 22 from Brookline and number 16.
Yeah.
So these are Anita as number 22 and Amalia as number 16.
Great. And we have number 18, Cappy, coming on for Belmont. She is taking off Lila,
yes.
Great.
And for Brookline coming off, can't quite see the numbers yet, but it looks like, please turn around, and they've stopped right in front of us.
Yeah.
Not turning around.
Well.
Yeah.
All right. Brookline have opted to kick for space, but
nice from Jill. Is she in? She's in.
She's in. Jill Costa is over the line. Great catch. Incredible try there from Jill. That's the kind of great impact sub you want to have come on for you.
Yes, yes.
Try scorers. So, really great try there. Able to read kind of where that kick was going to go.
Yes.
Great catch.
And it
right
looks
over the line.
like for Brookline, number 3, Aurora, and number 1, Isa, came off.
Great.
So
they've replaced their front row.
Yes.
So next scrum should be
Interesting.
exciting. Yeah.
Hopefully stable.
Yeah, they put in that Brookline's front row was doing really, really well.
Yes.
Belmont sometimes had the kind of the front foot, I think, near the beginning of the game, but then Brookline really turned it around. Scrums were looking super even, so that front row did a really great job.
Yes. Now, we've got 2 pink scrum caps on the pitch.
Oh, my goodness.
It's Sadie and Kathy with the scrum caps. So just to let our viewers know that Sadie isn't on the pitch twice.
Yeah.
And the reason people wear scrum caps is because in scrums there's a lot of friction, and you're able to prevent yourself from getting cauliflower ear by wearing them. Yeah. And cauliflower ear is not fun. So.
Can only imagine.
Evie's not in the scrums.
Not in the scrums. Maybe one day. You never know.
No. I think we do know. I'm just picturing maybe a flanker or hooker, but not one of the positions where you'd get cauliflower ear.
Okay.
Okay, so Brookline is kicking the ball off again. It
Short
does
kick
go
there.
10. Annika receives it nicely.
And number 22 from Brookline puts in a hit right away. Great way to start your game.
And it looks like Brookline's received the ball because Belmont was holding on.
Yep, so we had that earlier. When you're tackled, you must release the ball.
Yes, and it looks like the ref went to kick it back and bobbled it a bit. Yep. No chance at a fast touch for Brookline.
No. They do opt for a pick and go.
Little bobbled. Looks like
knocked the ball on.
Belmont's going to get the scrum.
All right. So we have a Belmont scrum now near the center of the field.
No 8-man pick, if that's what you're hinting.
Oh, I mean, anything could happen.
I think it's a bit too far.
All right, so we'll see how this new Brookline front row do, as well as we do have some recent Belmont subs in. I think they might have had a scrum.
Yes, I think the only new Belmont sub in this back line that we'll see is, I think it's Jill. So we'll see what happens. But Belmont's back line remains relatively unchanged. And
it looks like the positions of the Belmont backs have switched around a little bit. I think we may have. I missed Robin coming off the field, so we have a new player in the Belmont back line. So we've had Becca Michaud move to 10.
Robin
has come off. We've got Mira, looks like playing inside center.
Yes.
Jill is out on the wing.
Mm-hmm.
Potentially we've got Farah, I think, playing outside center. We have a new player at fullback, so we'll get that number for you when we can.
Yes.
All right, Brookline oh, no.
I think I need stronger glasses for this. I can't see anyone.
So the ref has stopped the scrum.
It looked like the scrum was wheeling a bit, which may have been the reason why.
Could have been.
So just resetting the scrum, you're not able to wheel the scrum as an attacking measure, at least at this level. And so if it does wheel because of an uneven distribution of force, so you're like not driving straight equally, the ref will sometimes bring it back. And it looks like Belmont's having a bit of trouble hooking it back.
Yeah.
So let's see with the ref. He may reset it for
another
third time. Which is, it's very tricky if you're in a scrum to reset 3 times in a row.
Yeah.
Very hard. But better safe than sorry when it comes to scrumming, especially because so many people's heads and bodies are on the line.
Yeah, really important to be safe. All right, backs are staying ready though. This looks like a successful put in there now.
Nice drive straight. Brookline surging up. It looks nice take by Anush. It looks like that's number 28, who's Lily, who is
filling at the fullback position.
Fullback.
Great. So we have had a penalty against Belmont, and Brookline has opted for a kick and is now a Brookline lineout.
Yes. And I think just looking at the roster right now, it looks like a relatively 2025 heavy roster. I think some of the reserves more are juniors and sophomores, but the only sophomores I see on here are Becca and Lily. I don't see any freshmen.
All right, and we also have one more Belmont sub. So we've got Annika coming off.
Yes.
Well, 2 Belmont subs, my apologies.
And Anush coming off.
And unsure who came off for them right now, but
it
we
looks
will
like
find
Maddie,
out.
number 24,
Maddie.
went on for Annika.
Great.
And Anush.
Got a new player over on the wing.
Yes.
Unfortunately, the wing farther away from us.
Yeah.
All right, Brookline are about to test this.
Number 26. Good cover tackle.
Cover tackle.
So that's Haley Reed.
Great tackle from Haley.
So she was not held in the tackle, so she stood right back up and kept going.
Great.
Good game
knowledge
sense.
of the game there,
Yes.
right there. Yeah, able to keep going. Great hands from Brookline. Bring it all the way to the wing.
Watch touch, and they're in touch.
Touch out of bounds.
Good tackle from
Jill,
getting them into touch.
Yeah. But some great looking attack from Brookline there.
Mm-hmm.
They're getting closer. This half has been really low scoring. This half is anyone's game.
Yes.
And they're really pushing. We've still got 4 minutes left of the game, if it's a 70-minute.
Yes, 70 minutes. So 4 minutes left.
Yeah.
So high school level is, again, 35 minutes halves versus you'd see professional rugby or college rugby is 40-minute halves. So this is a 70-minute game instead of an 80-minute game.
Yep.
And Belmont is up 47-0, which is a hefty score.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Brookline just hasn't been lucky enough to put down the try.
Great.
Let's see.
Clear from
And it's out.
Becca. So
Brookline
Becca
ball.
showed, kicks the ball out. And now we have
Brookline ball. Right at the half.
Yep.
Well, right in Belmont's half.
Yes.
But very hard for this line out. The sun is directly in their eyes. Yeah. Would not want to be catching this ball.
No.
Looks like Belmont's jumped a bit too early.
All right.
Didn't look particularly straight, but
Might have been
it's
a
okay.
little, yeah. Again, Belmont's defense
25
is
nice
really,
hands.
really up with a great launch.
Yeah. But Brookline just did a really nice backs move where they got hands out. Looks like they're going back to a pod. The 10 has stepped out. They clear out Belmont. The 10's back in. Little bobble. So it was an initial knock.
Yep. Oh.
Oh. Okay, so it's Brookline scrum. So it was just the knock followed by a Belmont knock. Or just the Belmont knock.
Yeah. Yep.
Because I guess the ref deemed the other ball, which was bobbled a bit, to have gone back. So,
Great.
Brookline
Well,
scrum.
Yeah, Brookline scrum. So we'll see what this happens. Hopefully, no resetting necessary.
Hopefully. For their sakes.
Mm-hmm. So Brookline set up on kind of both sides of the scrum. So we'll see which way they decide to go.
Oh, nice blocker line. Good kick by Brookline.
Great kick from Brookline.
Keeps rolling onwards. Lily's got it.
Yep.
But has found touch, unfortunately, so it's Brookline's ball again. So if we look at where Brookline was, I think back in their 40 or 30 even, to where they are now at the halfway, I'd say that kick was a very good tactical decision.
Yeah, really, really great choice there. Made a lot of ground. And again, in a better attacking position.
Yes. So let's see what Brookline can do with these last minute, last minute. And see what Belmont can do too, because while we may have been chatting a bit more about Brookline, Belmont is still very much in this game and winning. So
yeah. So Belmont have recovered that line out.
Yes.
Stolen that line out.
So Brookline finds themselves
Some
back
more
on
great
defense.
runs. Belmont has a lot of really, really powerful runners, which has been really cool to see.
Yes.
Jill.
Speedy.
Very speedy.
Jill's very speedy.
Great run from Jill.
And a good job by Mira, and it looks like Lily rucking over that and making sure Jill stays safe.
Great offload from Cappy there.
Nice offload to, I think, to Lean. Farah does a really good offload to Sadie. Let's see if she can seal the deal.
Almost there. Yes,
So
great
close.
offload to
Great
Clarissa.
offload. And
really,
Clarissa gets
really
one.
great score.
What a nice try.
Yep. You always want to be, that's what, I mean, just supporting your teammates, being there if they need the ruck, if they need the offload.
Yes.
That was a really great run by Sadie and then also Clarissa.
Yes, for sure. It's always nice to see those positions which usually wouldn't get a try so much, like a 9 or like
Yeah.
a prop.
Yeah.
Get a try. Or 10, because we saw Robin score earlier. So
Definitely.
very good range of try scores today.
All right, and that could have been the last play. Time has run out, so after Becca's kick, this could be the end of the game. We will see.
The ref may have something different from the time we're looking
Yeah.
at, so we'll see.
Yep.
Good kick.
Really great
And
kick
it looks
from
like
Becca.
that's a
That is
game.
the end of the game.
So Belmont's 54,
Yeah.
Brookline 0.
Yeah, but really well thought from both teams. So Belmont are through to the final.
Unsure of who they're playing. I don't know if the results have come out yet, but
Not sure. But
they'll be there.
What an exciting game. Really great effort from both sides and a really well-deserved win from Belmont.
yes, very good job.